Good morning, guys. It is Monday, which is a weird one for me because you should know if you watched the last videos. I normally start my race weeks on Tuesday and take a rest day on Monday, but I ended up running a lot more than I thought I would last week, so I was a bit more tired than I thought yesterday, and I just decided, let me take it on Sunday like a normal person and then start my week actually on Monday. So that's what we're doing today. I'm going for a nice, my guided run's only a 15-minute recovery run because I already did the long run and stuff for the week, just because I'm all out of order with my plans. So I'm going to do a 15-minute guided recovery run, and then I'll probably just go for 15 more, nice and easy. Just waking up, keeping the mileage up. I don't have a lot of time this morning, and like I said, I was a little tired yesterday, so I want to work my way back into it without like hammering my body again, just because the last time I ran was like the fast 5K and 10K. So today we're running in the Adidas X2 Strung. I know the 3's out, but I really like the 2's. I haven't worn them in quite a while. I have like 30 miles in them, and I just got busy wearing other shoes, so I'm excited to run in them today, and I'll share my thoughts on them. I'm a big fan of them, but they're kind of crazy. They're like 55 mil stack, and just unique shoes. So I'm gonna go for the run. I'll let you guys know how it goes. It's kind of overcast. It's very nice out, not too hot, not too cold, so excited. Last run was so hot, so I'm excited to not be sweating to death. So I'm gonna go stretch and then go for a run. See you guys in a minute. Well, I'm back from my run, and I'm really not helping my case with not being able to slow down on recovery runs. It's a lesson I thought I had learned a long time ago, and I seem to have forgotten it. It doesn't help that I wore shoes with 2 carbon plates in them, my silly Strungs. I don't know if they were my best choice. I probably should have gone for my Vomeros, but I wanted to put some other shoes to use today. I ran 2.8 miles, 23 minutes, so it's still way slower than my normal. I think my average heart rate was 159 though. My goal was under 150, so I know I was going too fast. These shoes just make it feel easy to pick up, but I am still working harder, and I just didn't slow down enough. So I guess I'll have a recovery run later in the week that I pay attention more for and throw on those Vomeros, because oops, my bad. I like to run fast, but I know obviously most of my gains have come from dialing it back and getting my mileage up. So I wanted to run for 30 minutes. I only ran for almost 24 just because I'm on a time crunch. I work earlier again today, so less time to run, but it works out. I can get the run in the morning and then just chill out for most of the day. I don't want to overexert my body too much, trying to keep it in line. And like I was talking about at the end of last week's video, I was a little worried that I went from a 9-mile week to 27 and I felt some leg pain, so I was like, oh, don't, let's not overdo it. But that pain's completely gone away, so I feel good. I just want to keep it in check because my body was telling me maybe dial back just a little bit, which again is a problem why I should have gone a lot slower. Quick shoe review on these shoes. I love them. They're still so much fun. They're a little heavier than I remember. I guess I've been running in a lot of light shoes. The Strung 2s, they're also 50 mil in the back, not 55. I was thinking of the Vomero Premiums, but they're 50 mil of Light Strike Pro foam with 2 carbon plates. They're kind of ridiculous, but they're fun. They're nice and squishy and comfy, and if you want to pick up the speed, those carbon plates really come alive and let you launch off, so that's why I like them. They're fun, but for a nice easy recovery run where I shouldn't have picked up the speed, I probably shouldn't have worn them, but I did, so oops. I used to have this problem with like a hot spot over the lip of my foot, and I never really thought to do a runner's loop on these, so I did today, and the hot spot is gone. So if you have these strung twos and you get a hot spot over the front of your foot where I'm pointing at right now, it's just do the runner's loop, and it kind of fixed it. It just loosened the tension but kept it tight, because that was the problem I was having. If I loosened it too much with a 50 mil stack, I was wobbling a ton, so I didn't want to roll an ankle. So yeah, runner's loop on the strungs, still love them, still fun, a little heavier than I remember, but still a thumbs up. I love them so much. I'm curious about the strung threes, because it seems like most people don't like them based on reviews I've seen. I got these on a very, 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 very heavy discount, because the strung twos and threes were $300 MSRP. I'm not spending $300 on a recovery run shoe. So I'll wait for the strung threes to eventually come way down, and then I'll maybe give them a shot. It's just too much for what this kind of shoe is. So, all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow for probably a speed run, even though I didn't really do a recovery run, but we'll see how that goes. Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday, which means it's gonna be my long run day. Even though I did actually end up running yesterday, Tuesday's just the day I have the most time, which is why I normally start my week with a long run, because it's when I can do it. So we're gonna be doing it today. It's shorter than my last 2 weeks, which were 10-mile long runs. This week is a 13.1K, or an 8.1-mile run. I got my little vest with my 2 lemonade gels. I realized I said I was going to talk about this like 3 times and never did, so we're getting it in eventually. I think this will end up in week 6, and I said it in week 2, but I use these. They're the liquid goo energy ones. I don't mind the normal gels, but I find the liquid ones are easier to drink while I'm running. Don't mind me, I'm just trying to zip this back up, hence the trying to find it easier to do while running. I don't mind the goos, but I've honestly felt like the liquid gel gives me more energy return. I have the liquid energy gel, and then bam, I'm feeling a lot better. So I'm bringing 3. I'm probably gonna take 1. I also might not take 1. I actually managed to eat last night and this morning, so we'll see if that that might solve a lot of the issues that I normally have when I go for these long runs. Got my water on my back. I'm running into Vimero Pluses today, and I'm just ready to have a nice, fun, chill run. I'm gonna try and go slower, not super fast, just take it at whatever pace. I'm in no rush today. I'm feeling so at peace. I'm just so happy to go run for 8.1 miles. I'm just gonna go listen to music and forget about anything else. So I'm excited for that, and I'll see you guys in just a minute and talk you through how the long run for the week went. See you in a minute. It's a really pretty morning. I lowered back my speed so I got more fun. See you guys in a minute. Oh. Okay, I'm back from my long run for the week. I'm tired. It was 8.1 miles. It was a dress rehearsal for the half marathon I already had, just because of where it falls into my guide for the upcoming half marathon I'm gonna have in December. It was really fun. I had a lot of fun. You can see I wore my long sleeve shirt because it was kind of cold this morning, and then it got very hot 30 minutes in because I live in Florida, and that's just what happens. But overall, I think it went really well. I'll post the times up. I think it was a little over an hour, with my pace around 8:20, which I'm pretty happy about. You'll see on the pace chart I put up, my times were a little fast at the start, and then I slowed down a little, and then I got a little bit faster, and I slowed down. It was kind of up and down the whole time, and that's kind of just how I felt, which is why I'm so like, oh. I wore the Vimero Pluses. They were nice and comfy and cushy. It was this hard in between where I was like, I really want to take this nice and slow, kind of like a recovery run, but also like I don't know, if I take too long, it's gonna take forever out of my day, which I know isn't a good excuse. But I figure if I was actually running my recovery runs the right way, I wouldn't be having to dial it back so much on my long runs. So that's more of a reflection on me than the runs. So I think I need to take this lesson. And the last run I have for this section of my week is a speed workout. I'm probably gonna save that until Friday, and whatever my next run is, I'm going to do an actual recovery run. I'm gonna get like a 10 to 12 minute pace and just take it nice and easy and let my heart rate be slower and just actually do a recovery run. I think all of my not doing it is really catching up to me because I was more tired than I think I should have been on today's run. I got good sleep, I had food, I just still felt kind of petered out. And I think that's mostly my fault for running too hard too much. So I need to remember how to dial it back and take the runs slower and improve my ability to do these long runs without wanting to pass out or something. But yeah, that's how the run went. Pace chart and my actual run times up on either side. I had a lot of fun. It was a lovely morning. Just once the sun really creeped up here, it got really hot, but it was still nice out. It's not unbearable even with the long sleeve shirt. It will be in like 2 hours, so that's why I started really early today. But it just didn't work in my favor in the fact that it was really cold and then increased like 15 degrees over 30 minutes. But what are you gonna do? I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what kind of run I'll end up doing. Actually, I think I'll end up running on Thursday. So I'll see you guys on Thursday. It'll probably be a nice, chill recovery run. Don't know the length, but you will before I do. See you guys in just a minute. Good morning, guys. It is Saturday. It's my third run of the week. Unfortunately, it's been a busy week and I haven't really felt like running. It's quite cold today, so I got the long sleeves on. I am trying out some new shoes today. I don't know if you can really see them. It's quite bright in here. It's gonna be the Anta C202 6 Pro. And you may be wondering, why on earth did I end up with these shoes? And I'll have a first impressions video and a first run review coming out later this week that will kind of explain that. But the gist is, Black Friday deal, and I had never heard of these shoes and they looked really cool, and I was trying to find reviews on YouTube and there's almost none. I know they are a Chinese brand, Anta. It looks like they have a lot of shoes in the basketball space, but I think they're on the actual 7th version of this over in China, but they don't have the 7th version here, so the 6 is the newest. So I was really curious. They've got 6 years of a running super shoe, but I can't find any reviews about them on YouTube. There's a review from Believe in the Run on the 5, but this is the 6 and they're on the 7 now. So I figured, hey, I should give a little review in here, and they're on a really good deal for the features that are offered in these shoes, and I thought it was one of those almost it's too good to be true how interesting the shoe seems to be. So I've got them on feet now. I just unboxed them and I'm gonna be going on my first run, which brings us to today for the weekly running recap. It's gonna be a 38-minute run. I believe it's a 5-minute warm-up, and then it's, I think, 4 2-minute 5K segments, and then a 10-minute tempo endurance run, and then 3 more 5K segments. So the idea is warm up, 5K, 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 and then a long endurance at speed, 5K, 5K, 5K pace, which I think will really help pick up my speed that's coming in later in races so I don't taper down, because I want to run that second half after the tempo just as fast as the first half, if not faster. So I think it'll really help train my body to keep up that speed later on in the run. So I figured speed work, might as well wear the new speed shoes, and I'll have the video probably on Thursday this week that will go over my first impressions and thoughts. First impressions and thoughts on feet right now, they're really beautiful and pretty. I've stepped around while I did my stretches and they feel really interesting. So you'll have to see the review later this week with the first impressions to hear all of my thoughts on that. But for now, let's go run this speed work, and this will probably be the last run of the week, just because I've got a vacation coming up next week, and so things are going to be quite hectic tomorrow morning. I'm not sure if I'll really have the time to go out for a run, record stuff. So we'll see when I get back if I think I will or not, because you'll know before me. See you in just a minute. Alright, I'm back. I also just realized that watching this in succession is going to be like tonal whiplash, because at the end of the last run video, I definitely said that I need to do my next run as a recovery run and actually take it seriously. But I ended up not running for 2 days, so the way I like to look at it is the point of a recovery run is to keep the mileage up without hurting yourself, but I didn't really get the mileage in this week, so I think it's okay that I did the speed run. My feet didn't hurt or anything, but I know I should probably sneak a recovery run in at some point here. I just, it's what was left in my weekly running plan from Nike Run Club, so that's kind of where we ended up. It got really overcast now. When I was running, it was quite sunny, and I warmed up really hard, so it was hard to keep like fast pace. I'm still waiting for the cold months to really come in. It's, you know, almost December, but it's still kind of getting warm when the sun comes out. So how today's run went was pretty good. I'm okay. I'm happy about how it ended up. So the warm-up was 7 minutes, not 5 minutes like I thought, and it was 3 sections of 5K pace for 2 minutes, 10-minute tempo, 3 sections of 5K pace. I thought it was 4 and 4, but I'm really glad it wasn't, because I was really winded. Usual Chris fashion, did not eat too much last night, so I'm paying for it today by being a little extra tired. So the first warm-up section for the 7 minutes that I ran for warm-up was like 8.5 minutes. It was a good slow warm-up. I was first run in the Anta C202 6 Pros, so I didn't want to take it too slow because I also wanted to see how they felt underfoot. I obviously know I had the rest of the run for it, but like, you can kind of tell as soon as you slip your foot into a shoe, it's like, okay, am I going to get along with this or am I not? The answer is yes. I'll go over it a little bit in a minute. But the first 3 5K paces were all under 7 minutes, which is my goal pace. I was really happy to hit that. I was very winded after that. So following the 5K 2-minute paces 3 times over, I did 10 minutes at tempo run pace, and I think that ended up around 7:30. You can see it right up here. I think it was 7:30, mid 7s. I was a lot more winded than I thought going into it, and like halfway through, when the coach said like 5 minutes left, I was like, oh no. So I probably went out a little too fast on those first 3, which brings me to the last 3. I hit under 7 minutes for 2 of them, which I was very happy about. The last one being almost in line with my first segment, so I was really happy about that. That was one of my main goals, was to, I really wish it was my fastest, but the fact that it was close to my fastest, that's okay. That's fine. I did have one creep over 7 minutes, one of the 2-minute sections. It was just hard to keep pushing through. Like I said, it was getting really warm. I wore the long sleeve shirt, so there's no coming back from it once it started warming up. But otherwise, I think the run went really well. I'm really happy about it. I think I am going to try and sneak in a quick recovery run tomorrow morning. We'll see how that ends up. You'll know before I do. Classic. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with a recovery run first thing in the morning. Hopefully it's not too cold. See you guys then. This is me forgetting that I literally said I was going to talk about the shoes a little bit. I'm going to have a full little first impressions and review coming up later this week. But first impressions for the recap, I really like these. These are my first Anta shoes. They don't have a huge presence in the United States, but they're really fun. I love the upper. It feels kind of scratchy to the touch, but in foot, it feels really breathable and nice. Like, I felt it was perfect. It was like a sock. It was like a sock. You can see in the B-roll I'm gonna have up now, you can see the tongue is like gusseted on only one side. So when I did my runner's loop, I had to go under the tongue, which was weird, but it didn't add anything uncomfortable. It felt perfect. I did have to do the runner's loop because to tie it tight enough to not get, I was getting a little heel lift just walking around. To not get that heel lift, I had to do the runner's loop. So then I didn't have that pressure point on the roof of my foot. And just runner's loop, perfect, no problems. The fit was fantastic. I didn't feel like in some shoes where I'm like spilling out over the sides. Big fan. I cannot wait to get more miles. You'll see more impressions later on, but that's the gist for right now. I am really happy with these shoes. I cannot wait to stack up more miles. They feel like a really good fast tempo to maybe even race day shoe. So we'll see. All right, now I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Good morning, guys. I am tired and it is Sunday. It's gonna be our last run of the week, and it is going to be the famous recovery run I've been talking about all week that I need to do. I'm gonna start next week's plan, which is gonna be a 15-minute recovery run talking about next week, and I'll probably go out and continue for about 25 minutes and then I'll have to call it. Kind of rushing around this morning. I have to go to work, but I also have to pack for vacation starting tomorrow, which we're leaving early in the morning for, so kind of a mess and a rush, but still gotta get my run in. And by gotta get it in, it's more I just really want to get my little recovery run in, so I'm gonna do it properly. I'm gonna take it nice and slow. Goal pace is around like 10 to 15 minute mile, probably like 12 is the goal. So we're gonna go run, and I'll see you guys back here in just a little bit. I'm so tired. I didn't go to bed till like 3. It is 8, so I'll see you guys in a minute. So far so good. Sub 150 for my heart rate for the whole time. Trying. Let's see if I actually speed up. Okay, see you in a minute. $15 minutes down. Feeling pretty good. Heart rate 140. Hey, that's my goal. Okay, let's see if I can keep it up. Gotta hurry back, but not too fast. See you guys in a minute. Alright, 26-minute recovery run done. I kept my average heart rate to 144, and I'm really happy about that. I did 2.65 miles. Still a little tired. I also did not eat again last night. You're gonna notice a common theme here of all of my runs that suck. I forget to eat the day before or the morning of. It's normally, I don't necessarily forget, but there's a time crunch where I want to sleep when I get home from work so bad that I just skip right past it, and I would recommend not doing that. I'm uniquely stupid in that way, so don't do that. Otherwise, I think the run went really good. I'm really happy. I was actually able to keep recovery run pace. It still ended up being an under 10-minute pace, but I was able to keep my heart rate really low, 144 for the whole time. So I'll be curious. I need to do a longer recovery run. I think this next week's plans, I have a 45-minute run, so we'll see how long I can hold that lower heart rate at a decent pace. Slightly under 10 I'm really happy with for a long session. If I could hold that and keep my heart rate down, that'd be awesome. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up this week. It also wraps up the month of November by the time this goes out. And so I'm a little sad. I only hit 89.9 miles this month, so I'm down about 10 miles from last month. I was also sick for like 2 weeks out of this month, and I was still trying to run. But like, if you look at the chart here, it's so sporadic. Like, when I could find the time to run, and especially as I'm getting in the later stages of the half marathon plan, so many of the runs are 45 minutes to like an hour plus. Like, the next I have a 12-mile run that's going to take a long time, so I'll have to squeeze that in on a day. But very next week I am going to be on vacation, so I won't be home. I am bringing my running shoes and stuff, so we'll see what I can get up to, but I have a feeling I'm not going to really get anywhere on my actual running plan, so we'll just have to see. You'll know before I do. Wait, actually not this time. I'll actually know first how it goes. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this week. I'm going to keep trying to slow down for recovery runs and eat before I go on my runs. Those are my goals for next week. So I'll see you guys in next week's video. Oh, and I have the shoe first impressions for the Anta C202 6 Pro coming out on Thursday. So this comes out Tuesday. Thursday will be the shoe first impressions, which you got a little bit of in the last day's segment, but I filmed the whole thing going over a lot of the specs and just my general thoughts and opinions a little bit more in depth than I did on the recap. So look forward to that, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday for the running recap. Bye!